When you go in your browser to UTheory.com, this is what you're going to see. Up in the upper right, click on register/login. Now you're ready to either register or log in. The first time you go here, you'll need to register, and you just simply fill in the boxes, and it'll take you through the necessary steps. The next time you come to this box, you won't need to register anymore. You just log in all the time. This is what's called the dashboard, and it's a useful page. It kind of gives you a general idea of how well you're doing, but let's not dwell on this page too long. It doesn't give you your specific scores on the assignments. It's interesting, but not terribly important. Now this page is, I think, more important than the page I just showed you, which was the dashboard. What I did, of course, was up on the blue bar at the top of the screen, I left the dashboard and went to lessons. I clicked on the green rectangle, the green box that says lessons. And the reason I think this page is important for you to see is that this really tells you what the assignments are. You can click on continue the brown boxes and continue working on each and every one of these assignments. These are all the assignments for the whole semester. And this page here, the lessons page, gives you the due dates for each of the assignments. Here's a page that I got access to it in the UTheory.com as an instructor. I don't think you have access to this page, but there's some things on it that I wanted to share with you. One thing that this is kind of a parenthetical remark, but you notice it says you are using 7 of your 8 group license spots. Now, the good news here is that that means that 7 people in our class, there's only 7 people in the class, actually. 7 people have gone ahead, not even waiting for my video that I'm showing you right now, and figured out how to get access, based upon, of course, I sent out an email and I put it on the blackboard, but I didn't know everyone was going to jump on it so readily. But that's great news. I think we've got a good bunch here in this class. It says 7 out of 8 people. Actually, there were not going to be 8 people, because at one point there were 8 people signed up for this class, and one of those people has dropped out already, and so there are only 7. And another side point here is that actually there are not really 7 signed up, because one of the class members has signed up twice. I saw that your name is in here 2 times, but I'll deal with that one-on-one with the person who's signed up twice, because, we're going to have to get rid of one of those. You don't have to sign up as 2 people. Anyway, it looks like I'm glad to see that a lot of people have signed up, and I wanted to share with you a couple of points that I chose as instructor. They gave me these options here, like, for example, notice in the kind of a little bit slightly to the left of center toward the bottom, it says checkpoints, allow repetitions. I put 20. In other words, you can try each assignment 20 times, and your highest score is the one that's going to count. So hopefully, if you need to do an assignment 20 times, you'll be getting 100 on it by the time you do it that many times. But you don't have to do it 20 times. Once is enough if you like your score. Another thing I want to show you on this page, I chose the option under content availability. This is real small. I'm having trouble reading it, but students gain access to assignments by, and I checked the box, passing the previous checkpoint with a minimum let's see, minimum score of 60. Actually, I don't think you're going to see any checkpoints. Those checkpoints are quizzes or tests that they put in there from time to time, but that's because this course of the UTheory course is a theory course that can be used with music theory in the second year, that is at a 2000 level, instead of 1303 as you're taking right now. So it can be used with a 2-semester class. So there are so many assignments in here that can be used, and I've eliminated about 80% of them because we don't need those for the class that you're taking right now. In other words, checkpoints, don't worry about checkpoints. I don't think you're going to see any checkpoints, which are quizzes. If you do see a checkpoint, though, you'll need to get a 60 in order to go on, to continue. Anything else on this page that I need to show you? I don't think so. So I'm going to leave this page right now. You know, I chose certain lessons, I chose certain skills. There are no tests in here right now. Here's another page. I'm not sure if you have access to it, because I, as the instructor, I had access to a page that I think lays out very clearly what all the assignments for the whole semester are, and they're clearly organized into the 3 categories: rhythm, pitch and harmony, and ear training. And I think I should make a copy of this page and put it on the blackboard. It'll make it easier for you to know the due dates of all the assignments. But speaking of whether we have access to certain pages, I've never used the UTheory.com before. I'm having a little trouble accessing certain sections of it. I think maybe as the instructor, they're not letting me see. I couldn't find a page that shows the actual scores. I mean, it's quite important because the only scores in this whole class for you as students are going to be final exam and the midterm, and I'll post those scores on the blackboard. But the scores on each homework assignment, I'll be honest with you, right now I couldn't find that page. They're not making it easy to find that, and when I find it, I'll let everyone know. But I'll have to say, when you find it, maybe you can click on a few things and you can easily find out where you can see your scores on the individual assignments. And if you do, please let me know. And then that's all. In fact, one other thing I'll say is that I've never used this app before. I've never taught music reading online before. I haven't taught the music reading for some 25, 30 years. I could really benefit from any suggestions that you can make. In particular, if you have a suggestion about, am I making this too easy or too hard, or any suggestions about anything that you can think of, I would welcome them. All right, I'll let you go. I'll talk to you later. Don't forget, I'm going to put a video about Remind on, and a video about a possible Zoom meeting. But I'll do that later. In fact, to be quite honest with you, it's after midnight right now, and I think I'll do it in tomorrow morning. The video about Remind and about the Zoom meeting. Or I'll talk to you later.